Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns, episode number 45. And this is my second time trying to record this episode. Last time I got a few minutes in, and then I got a very important phone call from a friend of mine who needed to use my bathroom. So, yeah, had to stop halfway in between the episode. However, I did learn an important fact here coming up. Also, I got free Buffalo Wild Wings out of the deal. Amazing. So, Buffalo Wild Wings, if you ever want to sponsor me with some free wings, that'd be great. They were Mega Habanero. So good. It's pretty high up on the scale, but so good. I want to try the Blazing, like the hottest ones they have. Oh, man, that sounds so good. You could, do, a challenge with, 2 beers and 10 boned wings? Is that what you call? Because you have boneless and boned? Anyway, total tangent. Where were we? Yes. Okay, so we had just crashed the summoning ceremony and stopped Jessica from channeling the queen into this dimension and mopped up some bugs. It wasn't very difficult. Oh, God. This game was not that difficult, but I played on medium because I didn't realize there was a difficulty option that is, right in the options. I probably could have changed it at any time. Where's the... Can you actually get to options? You can't get to options, so I won't be able to show you that. But at any rate, the game's over now, I think. Is what I've gathered. So I'm going to talk to James Telestrian III, get this whole thing sorted out. Harlequin, and after we broke up the ritual, Stud Beefile chased Jessica into a small chamber where she was cornered by a couple of buggers. Guess they weren't impressed with her performance. They were about to eat her, and... Instead, Beefile says something like, "I won't let them eat you, Jessica. You're coming with me. You're going to pay for what you've done." It was very dramatic. Then we splattered the bugs. I don't remember that part, but it was actually 2 soldiers, and I don't know how easily that would have gone, and handed her over to the UCAS FBI. What does UCAS stand for? I can't remember. United California something state. I can't remember. Wait, we're in Seattle. Anyway, maybe I'm thinking of the NCR. Or NCR, New California Republic? Is that... Anyway, they're going to want to have a long talk with her about the Universal Brotherhood, so this nest is cleaned out, and your cousin Lynn is being transported to a hospital for observation. James assesses you with a newfound respect. Very clean. I believe our test of Project Aegis was a success, Stud Beefile. Herr Brockus is having it weaponized now for distribution to Knight Errant forces. I don't know what Knight Errant is either. This game, like a lot of games, spend a lot of time to give you backstory and introduce you to lore, and this game was definitely not one of those games. Although... yeah, there were some redundant dialogue trees that just kept on explaining the same stuff over and over again. The authorities are going to have a great many questions about this incident, and I will need to provide details. The Universal Brotherhood has a great many chapter houses, and they must be dealt with immediately. What will happen next? Glad to be of service. What about me? No, what will happen next? That is for others to determine, people other than you. Still, you have turned in a yeoman's effort. Is that how you pronounce that? Yes, yeoman's effort. And regardless of your obvious flaws, you are deserving of a reward. Now, this is what I learned. I hear you have an opening for a new VP of security. Lame, who wants a corp job anyway. Not much, just McCluskey's badge, which is awesome. But I want to get paid, real money. I don't want to get paid. When have I ever been in this for the money? Heck, I turned down $9,000 for no reason, just to let some elf go. I hear the city's going to shut down the power grid in part of the Barrens called Touristville. Now, obvious, with the new friends that I've made, that would be the choice to make. However, you can ask for McCluskey's badge to begin with. Telestrian's ice breaks for a moment. You short-circuit an invasion of extra-dimensional insects, and for your reward, you wish to have an insignificant police detective dismissed from his position? Yeah, I don't like his aftershave, whatever. I'm improvising. I've been through a lot this week. Still, the guy's a jackass. It's a no-brainer, right? And, yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? He smiles an icy smile. Indeed, I won't waste brain cells even contemplating your reasons for requesting it. Very well, Detective McCluskey is now Citizen McCluskey. The man grates on my nerves anyway, and since the action requires little more than a nod in the proper to the proper peon, you may ask another boon of me. Now, if you do any of those other ones to begin with, well, I don't know if it's any of the other ones, but you only get one. But if you ask for McCluskey's badge first, then you can pick a second one. And I'm, of course, going to pick the thing at keeping the power on in Touristville. I'm sure you appreciate a good slum as much as the next Shadowrunner. However, I fail to see the significance of the Redmond Barrens or its energy resources in the context of this conversation. There are people that live there, good people. They will have no lights, no heat. It won't be a slum anymore. It'll be a graveyard. Lame. That's unimportant. Just fix it. And then there's a bar in Touristville called the Seamstresses Union. I like it there. And you could say this one about there's a bar in Touristville called the Seamstresses Union, but it's a Shadowrunner headquarters. You probably want to keep it below the radar as much as possible. So I've always, I guess I've always tried to be as enigmatic as possible. Like, it's pretty rare that I just walk up and explain the whole situation. Although I did do it to Lestrian when we were in his penthouse, or when we were at his mansion. I was like, oh, yeah, I stole that bug spray because I need to kill bugs. By fix it, you mean convince a municipal government to abandon a bureaucratic process that has likely been in the works for several years? You do not have a grasp on how government works, on how governments work. Yeah. You're James Telestrian III. Municipal governments are nothing to the man behind the throne of Tarangire. Tarangire? Is that how you spell that? I think I spelled that wrong in my last description. It's Tarangire. Okay. Tarangire. Very well. I will speak with my contacts on the city zoning board. I'm certain there are better uses of their time than shuffling the city's criminal element from one part of the sprawl to another. Good day. Looks like you two are best buddies now. Thanks, Harlequin. And I guess I can just talk to everybody. Guess that's it, huh? You captured Sam's killer, and now he'll get his justice. Guess so. All that's left is to get paid. It was a little more involved than I expected. She looks back at the Universal Brotherhood. Just a little. Coyote grins. First time. Doubtful. I'm pretty sure I've seen her grin before. Well, I'm going to grab Paco, head back to the Union, maybe watch a Trivid or something. I could use a long shower, too, after that. Back to destroying the BTL trade? Gonna give up being a runner? You could learn the business, take over from Miss Kubota someday. I want to say back to destroying the BTL trade, but Kubota's been trying to get Coyote in on it. She gets a twinkle in her eye. Someday, maybe, when the rest of my body is made of metal, too. But not today. Man, I have so much money. I wonder how much money I have. I could have made my body out of metal, too. Today, I run the shadows. Get paid, get dirty. Okay. See you around, Stud B-File. You're quite a guy, I can honestly say. I've never met a troll quite like you. Well, I'm the most charismatic troll in the world. How much money do I have? 12,000 Nuyen. See, I could have used 12,000 Nuyen to buy, like, cybernetic arms and all this other stuff. 42 karma. I could literally become the most charismatic troll in the world. Oh, and I could pick up another etiquette. Oh man, that'd be so much fun. Whatever. Get out of here. Harlequin. Oh, Coyote just walks off to go watch TV. The painted elf is watching the scene unfolding around the Universal Brotherhood with a grimace. Well, kid, it's been fun, but I've seen everything I care to see today. I'm gonna get out of here. Is there a problem? Where's Herr Brockus? I thought he'd be here, too. Okay, seriously, who are you? A friend. Until I need you for something, then I'm a bastard. Oh, this isn't a dialogue tree. This is just a ask all your questions. He flew back to Berlin, all sorts of things brewing there. He was very impressed with you, though. It could probably turn into work someday, but I'd forget about him if I were you. Never make a deal with a dragon, kid. They're playing a different game entirely. The dragon? Is he really a dragon? No, he's just representative of the dragon, right? See you around, Harlequin. Is there a problem? He gestures at the crowd as he speaks. Look around you. Note the members of the press being shuffled away by Universal Brotherhood spokespeople to get a private briefing. The Brotherhood is connected. A damage control team is probably on the way right now. Think they can control the press? Does the press really matter? Doesn't really affect me, really. I'm pretty sure it does affect you, but whatever. One way or another, they will. If they can't be manipulated, coerced, or bribed, they'll probably disappear quietly. There's more, though. He nods his head towards James Telestrian. Note the expression on the UCAS FBI agent speaking to Telestrian. Dismissive, isn't it? That's because there's no love lost between the UCAS and the Terrangire. They're not going to trust what he's telling them, and frankly, I have no idea what he's telling them. James plays his own game. Always has. Do you trust him? The FBI isn't stupid enough to ignore this. How could James turn this into an advantage? Well, there's an economic incentive for one, power for another. If there was an outbreak of bugs in a major city and his company had the only product capable of combating it, you think it might give him some sort of edge? Or you think it might give him some sort of edge? Yeah, obviously. I'm not saying he'd do that, but I'm saying his field test results were quite compelling. Let me show you one more. Oh, why am I always so popular? That sounds terrible. He points at someone in the crowd and smiles. The man sees him pointing and smiles back. That guy there, he's with Ares Macro Technology. Enormous megacorp, ridiculously powerful. They've been sniffing around Project Aegis for quite a while now. Clearly they've had an agenda that's just starting to unfold. He gives the Ares man the finger, and the man smiles and returns the gesture. Government, media, business, all working to ensure the truth stays hidden. Not from me, so it's a massive conspiracy. Working together? I don't think so. So it's a massive conspiracy? I wish it was. In a way, it's worse. It's a series of conspiracies, conflicting agendas, and petty jealousies, all building upon, feeding upon, and excreting into an unending web of dreck, and people wade through every day and call it life. Or that people wade through every day and call it life. If there was one Dark Lord controlling everything, and we could drive a magic sword through his heart and free the world, that would be grand. Such clarity, such focus. Alas. So the lesson in all this... So what's the lesson in all this? That I did it all for nothing? See you around. Sure, that I did it all for nothing. He laughs. Just the opposite, schmuck. The lesson is this. The game is rigged, the cards are stacked, and the dice are loaded. It's the same as it always was. Every cycle, people in power exert power. Little people cower in their homes, think what they're told to think, and buy whatever product will help them forget how horrible their lives are for another day. And that's why we don't play their fragging game. We don't swallow their direct sandwich and politely ask for another. It's why we run the shadows. That's where life really is, kiddo. Reality, living in places no one wants you to see. So it's all, well, I guess it's everybody. Just whatever. Joker. I feel like that's what that speech was. Like, where he's like, oh, mega corporations have plans. Or how does that, what? Yeah, because he's basically like, oh, the cops and all the, the FBI has plans. Everyone's got plans. They're all trying to do, like, one-up each other and hold the other guy back. And then there's the Shadowrunners. It's like the hospital scene, I guess, in what was that, Dark Knight, where he's like, do I look like a man, or do I look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. I just do things. The cops have plans. The mob has plans. Gordon's got plans. They're schemers trying to control their little worlds. I'm not a schemer. I'm trying to show the schemers how pathetic their attempts at control are. Or whatever. Obviously not a good Joker impression. Scene. Obviously not a good Joker impression, but, you know, that's the beauty of Heath Ledger's Joker. It's definitely not as nasally as that. Like, it's got the bass of a full-grown man, but then it's got the deranged, psychotic, nasally feel. But he still, like, has the bass, like Batman. Like, he's as brutal and ruthless as Batman with his "Where's Rachel?" But he's also psychotic and deranged. Anyway, another tangent. McCluskey's alternating between trying to look important and trying to avoid actual work. What are you looking at? Tube? Don't think. Man, I got all kinds of stuff I can do. Nothing, just some asshole. Hey, McCluskey, I just spoke to Mr. Telestri, and he said you got your lieutenant's badge. Oh, wow, that's rough. Your shoe's untied. Trick him so that you can cold cock him. Yeah, with a strength of 5, I probably don't need to cold cock him. Close combat, throw a flurry of punches too fast for the orc to see. Hey, McCluskey, I got good news for you. No, I'm going to haymaker him right now. Just bam. Oh, well, I missed, but whatever. He still fell over. I imagine getting punched by a troll would definitely... Oh, that's it, huh? Groan. Jake. Jake shakes his head, smirking as you approach. When you finally get close, he breaks out laughing. I heard the Universal Brotherhood was getting shot up on the police scanner. Knew it had to be you. Did you get her? Did you doubt I would? Oh, I got her. She's in custody now. Did you doubt I would? Not for a minute. He scratches his mop of red hair. I thought it said map of red hair. I'm like, what? I guess that concludes the story of Stud Beef Pile and the Dead Man Switch, huh? You know, I've been thinking maybe you should stay in Seattle a while. There's plenty of ways folks like us can get into trouble here. You only skim the surface. I heard Mitsuhama's looking for a team, and they specifically want trolls. No idea what that's about. Yeah, that is weird. Well, I've already proven that I'm adept at climbing fences secretly. And I just got word that something's going on at Crater Lake. The Tiers got it on total lockdown, no fly zone, the whole thing. There could be something in it for us if we poke around. It just seems dangerous. And Crater Lake's far away from Seattle. It's like a 10-hour drive or something. There's always the Orc Underground. Haven't seen that yet. Have you? I've got plenty of friends there who are good for a job. Why is it so hard to read? Something's bound to come up. What do you say? I'll think about it, Jake. I'm in. Talk to you later. Sorry, Jake, I'm a solo act. Not sure if I'm going to stay in Seattle. Supposedly the next campaign takes place in Berlin, so I think the answer is not sure I'm going to stay in Seattle. But I'll think about it. You do that. If you want to find me, I'll be at McCracken's later. Got a taste for some seafood at a place called McCracken's. Release the Kraken. Take it easy, chummer. Well, you too, chummer. Dresden. I should have just talked to Dresden first. He is my favorite. The little coroner is surprised to see you, but he can't hide his delight. But he can't hide delight? Don't you mean Andy can't hide his delight? Anyway. Hey, Stud Beef Pile, I was wondering if I was going to see you again. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to find you here. Wherever there's mayhem, that's where you'll find me. Is that like a Grapes of Wrath reference? Wherever there's sick, or I can't even remember the Grapes of Wrath. That was 8th grade or something. Gosh, 8th grade. That was like 20 years ago? No, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a long time ago. Just making more work for you. Hello, Dresden. How's my favorite body snatcher? Busy. He pops his eyebrows, eager. You know, it's all over the Trivid, right? They found the Emerald City Ripper dead at some asylum out in Snohomish. of all places. Turns out he'd been masquerading as the head administrator or something. They found him dead from some sort of vigilante attack. He leans in, whispers conspiratorially, "You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?" "A vigilante attack, huh? Wow." "I might, hard to say." "Why, Dresden, I have no idea what you mean." Dresden winks. "That's what I thought." "Well, no one can say he didn't have it coming, am I right?" He frowns at himself. "That was a double negative." Well, that's not actually a double negative. Saying no one can say he didn't have it coming, those are like two separate statements. Like, if you said didn't not have it coming, but he's saying as a condition of people, there are no people that would say that he didn't have it coming. And speaking in the negative sense to reinforce the positive? Does that make sense? Holy cow. All right, let's just go on. So the big question, what about the dead man switch? Now that the Ripper's dead, are you going to collect? Oh, yeah. Damn right I'm going to collect. Like I care about the money. Like, at this point. Right, the dead man switch. I almost forgot about that. I'm not sure I care anymore. Not sure I care anymore. Then do it for me. I want to see how this comes out. How do you collect? I was told I need a secure line to call the number Sam gave me. Can't use my comm link. He brightens. Lone Star Emergency Response Team, LSER? Lacert? Set up a secure phone line right here to coordinate their efforts. I can authorize you to use it. Thanks, Dresden. I'll get around to it soon. Guess it's time to end this thing. Guess so. Take care, Stud Beef Pile. It's in me? What? Oh, no, there's actual phone. Give him a call. Boop, 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 boop. The phone before you is a simple numeric keypad. You can use it to call Sam's law firm and cash in on the dead man switch. Call the law firm and finish the job. You tap in the phone number Sam's lawyer gave you days ago. The phone rings 7 times before someone finally answers. The image of the lawyer on the other end of the vid phone is noticeably different from the one you saw a few days ago. The noise in the background sounds like it's coming from a bar. Yeah? He squints into the phone and recognition slowly appears on his face. Oh, hey, it's you. Stud Beef Pile, right? So, you got Sam's killer, huh? Yeah, I got Sam's killer. That's right. And I want to get paid. What the hell's going on? Are you even a lawyer? Yeah, I got Sam's killer. That's great. Hang on, let me slot Sam's video for you. Great. He fumbles for a moment and the camera jerks crazily. Then it goes to static and is replaced by Sam. Good old Sam. Sam still looks like Drek. Same clothes, same background, probably shot at the same time as the first video. Hey, buddy, looking good, looking good. He giggles. If you're calling this number, that means the job is done, right? He closes his eyes, shakes his head. Congratulations, amigo. I knew you'd do it. You're always the dependable one, more than me anyway. He looks back at you, trying to speak soberly. I just want to say thank you for whatever you did. It means a lot. Not even knowing what you did, it still means a lot. 'Cause I know you did something. You know what I mean? I know you made it right, somehow. He pauses, tilts his head back. His breath hitches? Lean in. Yeah, his breath hitches in his chest. You're the only one who ever whoever tried to help me, ever. Except my sister. She tried, more than once, she tried. I never let her, though, never let her in. I regret that a lot. Yeah, well, spoiler alert, your sister's the one that killed you. Just saying. Did I ever tell you about her, buddy? We were twins. Were twins, I guess. You still a twin after one of you dies? I don't know. Does it matter, I guess? Or doesn't matter, I guess. He sighs, heavy. God, listen, do me a favor, will you? If you talk to her, her name is Jessica. Yeah, thanks for the info there. Yes. Tell her I'm sorry, okay? For everything. She'll know what for. She's Catholic, so she'll forgive me. I need her to forgive me. Well, yeah. Just tell her I love her. He straightens himself, shakes it off. The grin is back. Anyway, you need to get paid, which would be great, except for one thing. I got nothing. Never did. You know how it is, right? Sorry, but hey, thanks again for giving a crap. Seriously, I appreciate it. Tell you what, if you feel sorry about it, look into my family background a bit. There's got to be people with money in there somewhere. Maybe one of them can throw you a few bucks. Take care, amigo. See you in hell. He reaches forward and shuts off the camera. The vid screen goes to static and the call ends. There's a moment of silence and then you feel a tug on your jacket. It's Dresden. So what did he say? What did he say? Thank you. He just said thank you. Nothing, Dresden. Not a damn thing. He told me to never trust a dead man. Whatever, who cares? Thank you. He just said thank you. The Emerald City Ripper killings are sensationalized for several weeks. Lurid reports focus on the killers masquerading as the administrator of Mercy Mental Hospital. Soon after, pop singer Maria Mercurial is cast as the lead in Dr. Ripper, a trivid thriller about a reporter who goes undercover as a mental patient to uncover a serial killer. Lame. Seattle Newsnet reports a shootout at the chapter house of the Universal Brotherhood. Witnesses claim that a gang of religious fanatics stormed the building for unknown reasons but committed suicide before they could be captured. All mention of insect spirits, James Telestrian III, or Shadowrunners are kept out of the news. 1 year later, the city of Chicago declares a quarantine area between Lake Michigan and the Des Plaines River. Is that a river that I'm not aware of? The Des Plaines River. Officially, the Chicago Containment Zone is established to fight an outbreak of an infectious virus, but an infestation of insect spirits is suspected by those who know. A mature form of Project Aegis called FABS 3, is that what they would call that? FABS 3 is eventually deployed to remove the bug threat from Chicago. The Watts family name has since been lost to the shadows. Well, that's it. Yeah, I guess that was a nice little wrap up there. The game is good, and I look forward to playing. Really, there's a fast forward button for this. I wonder if they're going to have all the Kickstarter people. No, well, I guess they could have all the Kickstarter people. There was a lot. If they got $2 million and they were only asking for like 400,000, there's a lot of Kickstarter donors. Anyway, yeah, I look forward to playing all the official releases, and I'll probably play some of the unofficial ones too, just in the Steam Workshop. I want to play Dead Man's Switch as a shaman and stuff too, so there's replayability in there somewhere. I'd like to play it on a hard difficulty level, because having 42 karma left over and 12 grand, I mean, there's a lot that I could have done with my character that I never did. So other than that, I wanted to tell everybody that watched the series how much fun it was to make, and that's mostly because of the feedback that I had from everybody else. I got like 3,000 views on this series, 45 videos, 3,000 views. I know it's not that much for, normal casters or whatever, but for me it was a lot, and it was a lot of fun, and I really look forward to putting out videos, so that was cool. And thanks everybody for watching. If you only watch this video, that's great. Thanks for watching this video, and if you watch the whole series, it seriously means a lot to me, so thank you. Specifically, I wanted to thank some of the commenters on this series: Michael Wilson, Christian Disorder, Broken Curtain, Tyson Miller. Special shout out to Master Gradius, who's actually got his own YouTube channel, and he does playthroughs of Shadowrun and Neverwinter Nights. His link is in the description below. Pikachu, no guarantees that's how he actually pronounces the name, but there's a link to his channel down below, even though he doesn't actually release videos, but he does have stuff on his channel. And special thanks to Nexus J13, who commented the most, and it just made this playthrough even that much more enjoyable. So thanks to all you guys specifically, thanks to everybody that watched, and I look forward to what comes out in the future.